So today we are in my 2017 Mark 7 Volkswagen GTI. I've owned this car for a little bit over 3.5 years now, and we just rolled over 80,000 miles. So I figured I will give you guys a little bit of a long-term review update. My thoughts and opinions on the car, the brand, the modifications I have done to it, my entire experience from start to finish. From the time I bought the car brand new 3.5 years ago from the Volkswagen dealership to present day, which is June 14th, 2020. So if you guys are on the fence or you're up in the air about Volkswagen, I was in the same spot 3 years ago. Volkswagen's had a terrible reputation for reliability, for breaking down, being hard to work on, being a European car, German engineering. And I can truthfully say that this car has changed my mind completely about Volkswagen. So starting off, let's go over the modifications that I have done to this car to get to this point. So the very first modification I did to this car was the APR Stage 1 tune, which I believe is the best tune on the market, the best company that you can go with, the most reliable, the most power, the best bang for your buck. Now, I got the tune for, I think it was $600 on sale, ran that for about 20,000 miles, and then we went Stage 2. Right now, we are currently Stage 2. We have the downpipe. We are still on the stock clutch for anybody who wants to know. Still repping the stock clutch for now. I've talked about this in my other videos. We're gonna be upgrading soon. We're getting to the end of the life of it. But for right now, for my daily driver, it's doing okay. Now we also have the APR cold air intake. We have the upgraded spark plugs. I believe they're RS3 or RS7 spark plugs. Did that about 10,000 miles ago. We have a aftermarket diverter valve that's giving us a little bit of boost noise, blow off noise, whatever you guys want to call it. And that's pretty much for performance mods that we've done to the car. Now going to visual mods, we have the eibach lowering springs. I've been running those things for probably 70,000 miles now, probably about 70,000 miles. Still on the stock struts on those springs, probably gonna be needing to replace them sometime soon. They're getting to the end of their life also. Probably gonna go with some coilovers after that for more adjustability, stiffness, all around performance. We have the Konig rennforms. Now those are a plus 32 offset. I get questions all the time. How is the car sitting so well, getting such a flush offset? Plus 32. Do not go plus 45, which is what everybody loves to do with these cars. Now along with that, I'm running a 235 40/18, a little bit thicker than what you normally see on these wheels. They're 18/8, usually a 225. That 235 gives a little bit more sidewall, fills in that gap nicely. Now to go with the whole thicker wheel tire utility look that I'm going with the car, we have the Rally Armor mud flaps. We also have the Volkswagen roof rack, OEM roof rack. Really like the look of that thing. Now going on to Aerofabb, we have the Aerofabb front splitter. Perfect, great quality. If you guys haven't seen my other videos on that, go check that out, aerofabb.com, really nice stuff. Also have the Aerofabb rear spoiler extension, sets the car off very nicely, not too overly aggressive, just a nice little touch on the back of the car. Now here in a couple videos, we're gonna be getting another part from Aerofabb. If you guys can think, we're gonna complete the trio. There's only one thing left, so drop a comment and let me know what you guys think it's gonna be. So with all of those modifications done, over the lifespan of the car, how has it been? Let's start with reliability. I've never been broken down in this car. I've never had any major issues. The car has been perfect from 0 to 80,000 miles now. I've always heard when you hit 60,000 miles on these cars and your warranty's gone, get rid of them. They're nightmares, they're bad, they have electrical issues, they have mechanical issues, they're expensive to work on. Not the case. I have not seen any of that happen. Now, just recently, I had gotten a check engine light and an EPC light. Came on for a day, went away, had some issues with it, has not come back for anybody that is wondering. Now when I went Stage 2 with the downpipe, you guys have to get the tune because you will get a check engine light due to the fact of the O2 sensors being in a different spot or being eliminated. I forget off the top of my head. You will get a check engine light with that, but I always recommend you guys go with APR. If you guys go with the APR downpipe, you get the Stage 2 tune for free, so it's basically a no-brainer. So other than that little issue, we haven't had any other problems with the car. Now, let's talk about the way the car has been holding up. Now, this car is 3 years old, like I said, has 80,000 miles. That's a lot of miles for 3.5 years. Normal car usage is 10 to 15,000 miles a year. That's usually what your auto insurance is gonna think that you're gonna use. I used this car to drive back and forth to work about 2 hours each way for about a year. That's where I accumulated most of my miles. Looking at the inside of the car, the materials are holding up surprisingly well. Usually about this point in time in cars' lives, you start seeing wear and tear, little things here and there on the interior, the exterior. Now listen, I'm not gonna say this car is perfect, it's definitely not. The biggest issues right now are paint chips on the front, highway mileage, you're gonna get that. Also, in the rear of the car, I'm starting to get some chipping and rusting on the hatch. Now, I believe the reason I'm getting that issue on the back of the car is because I was in an accident. The car had to be refurbished, had to be fixed. After you take the rear hatch off of any hatchback, any wagon, it's never gonna be 100%. It's never gonna be perfect, and it just is what it is. So on one side, we have a little bit tighter of a gap than on the other. That gap ends up rubbing on the part that's rusting, that's chipping, and that's where our issue is coming from. Now, when you buy one of these GTIs, you're basically getting Audi level interior quality. Everything is super nice in here. We have soft plastics everywhere that you're touching. Plaid seats are holding up well. Everything that I touch the most is holding up very, very well, and I'm very pleased. Now, let's go to performance with the car. Have I seen any drop in gas mileage, issues with the turbo and whatnot? And I can truthfully say gas mileage has been the same. Even with going APR stage 2, we're still getting 30 plus on the highway, mid-20s in the city. It's not bad. If I could go back in time, would I buy this car again? Knowing what I know now, would I buy this car again? And I can 100% say yes. The only difference, the only thing I would change, if I could do it all over again, 3.5 years ago, I wasn't as financially stable as I am now. I would probably encourage myself to buy the Golf R for the reason of all-wheel drive and the fact that I live in Western Pennsylvania. But this GTI is so good, it's so great, it's such a great bargain. You guys can pick one of these up used, $17,000, $18,000, $19,000, low mileage, all day long. On the buyer's aspect, these things don't hold their value very well. It's a great used buy. On a selling aspect, you're kind of screwed on resale value if you don't put down the right amount of money or if you're not buying outright. So who's this car really for? In my own opinion, this is for somebody that wants to have the usability of every type of vehicle you can think of. A sports car, a hatchback, a truck. I mean, I've had tons and tons of stuff in the back of this thing. The cargo space in the back of the trunk, the hatchback is great. This is for the outgoing person, the person that wants performance, they want luxury, they want everything in one package. If you guys have one car, this would be the car to get. If you can only get one vehicle, this would be the vehicle to get. And I would recommend it to anybody that wants to tune. These cars are super tuner friendly. The APR stage 1 tune bumped me up to over 300 wheel horsepower. We had the car dynoed at 319 wheel horsepower with just a muffler delete on the car. I can't say enough about this vehicle, and I feel like this was a great investment for myself, for the channel, for you guys. I think that this car will go down in history as the best version of the GTI to this date. Now we're gonna see what's gonna happen with the Mark 8s. Even when the Mark 8s come out, guys, I would still highly recommend picking one of these up. Oh man, that crack and pop sounds so good. To wrap this video up, guys, get yourself a Mark 7 GTI. It's a great investment. You're gonna love the car. The tunability is amazing. The reliability is awesome. Knock on wood. Hopefully nothing bad happens after I make this video. If you guys are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button. Give us a like if you liked it, and click that bell so you know whenever I make new videos. We're gonna be hitting hard with the GTI this summer, and I'm excited to be making more videos for you guys. And on that note, we will see you guys in the next video real soon. Thanks for sticking around. Peace.